Hey, welcome back to my channel. As y'all can see, this video, okay, this is a special video. It's a special, helpful, beneficial video I want to share with you guys. So, I want to share some, because after my COVID scare, I just want to share some helpful tips with you guys, because, whoever, you might have symptoms of COVID or, whatever, or flu. So I put on my health gear because this is health. We're going to talk about health. These are some helpful tips that I want to share with you guys. So I got my stethoscope and I got on my, even though I'm done with school, but I got on my scrub because today I just want to share some beneficial, I want to share some beneficial tips with you guys. But before I share the tips, I just wanted to share something with you guys that I think is so beneficial and it's very important that you need to have. Everyone needs to have this in their household. You need to have a first aid kit. You have to have a first aid kit. You need to have a first aid kit. So if you don't have a first aid kit, get you one. What you waiting on? Get you a first aid kit to have in the house. It's so important. It's very beneficial that you have a first aid kit because I know during the time before I had my COVID scare and I would come home every day and I told my sister, and I said, you know what, we need a thermometer. We don't have a thermometer in the house. We need a thermometer, because when I was going to my externship, we go there every day. They took our temperature every day. We walked to the door, your temp is being taken. And I started thinking, and I'm like, you know what, we don't have a thermometer in the house. A lot of the things that we didn't have in the house. So I'm like, I had a first aid kit. It was a little mini small one that I had, I had got it from the Dollar Tree. And I kept it in my work bag, but they only give you like Band-Aids. They only give you like Band-Aids and like mini gauze. But you need a first aid kit. You need a first aid kit. You need a thermometer. You need, I just want to share with you guys, what I have in mind. And I'm not saying you have to get the same one, but, get your first aid kit. You can get it from Walgreens. You can get it from Amazon. You can get it from CVS, Target. They carry them. But mine, this is my first aid kit, and I got it from, I don't know if you guys remember, I shared in one of my videos, the website is called Macari. I got it from Macari, and I was just scrolling through and I found it, and it's this man, like he was selling it, I guess, like he was in a Marine or something. So I bought it from Macari, and everything that I'm going to show you guys that's in here, it was already in here when I got it. And I believe I got it for, I'm trying to see how much did I pay for it. Man, I want to say I probably paid maybe, it probably was like $10. I believe probably it was $10. And it was free shipping too. So I believe probably it was like $10. So I'm just going to open my first aid kit up. And I'm going to show you guys what I have in my first aid kit. And then I'm going to share some tips with you. So I hope you guys can see it. So right here, this right here, this is my CPR. So, anybody I don't carry it with me. I just keep it in the house. But I do have one I have in my wallet, my CPR, so people can know that, I'm CPR certified. So this is my CPR thing, CPR card. And in here, I'm just going to show you guys. So you want to make sure you keep you some masks around the house. I know everybody probably got a bunch of masks now, but keep masks around the house. And this didn't come with it, but I just put this in here. But this is the thermometer. Now this is the child size thermometer, and I'm going to show you guys the adult. So this is the child size thermometer, and I'm going to show you guys. These came with it where you just, so instead of I think I showed you guys in one of my videos I did, when I was taking blood pressure. So what you do is when you take in the temp, so instead of everybody, their mouth being on it, the saliva on it, you stick this in here, pull the paper back, and then you place it up under the tongue, and that's how you take the temperature. So And you want to make sure that your temperature is no hot. It's not, you know, over like it's not 100. You want to at least make sure that your temperature is like maybe down. The most of my temperature, whenever I take my temperature, is like 97.4 or 98. But anything higher than that, is considered a fever. So, and then in here, I just got like some Tylenol, you know. Okay, so this little right here, this pouch right here, this is the pouch. This is the adult. This is the adult thermometer. And what you do is, let me see. I purposely turn, you know, the batteries on the other side, so, you know, my kids, my nieces and nephews, they won't be playing with it. But I'm going to show you guys. Oh, it's on. See? It's on. And basically what you do, you like run it, it's like you run it across your forehead. It's like you scanning it. See if it beeping. There it is. Trying to see. Y'all hear some noise, excuse it. On my girls, stay upstairs, they talking, so excuse the noise. But it beat, oh, there it is, see? And it read your, now this one, I have to practice some more with this one because I know how to read the thermometer. I know how to read the temperature for this, like for the adult one. For this one, I know how to read the temperature for this. I know if it's 96, 98 point. But this one, it reads different. It said 38.8. So I just got it. So I need to, you know, practice, you know, reading this. But this is the adult thermometer. You know, either or, you know, if you don't want to get the adult one, you can get the, I want to say like the child one. You can get this one, still use it. But I have both, so just in case, like if my nieces or my nephew or my daughters, I need to take their temperature, I can use this. And then the family member adult, you know, I can use this one. So yeah, this is my thermometer. And I got this one from Macari too. I bought it separate. Now this is some tissue. This is some tissue. Now, all what I'm about to pull out of here, it came in this kit when I bought it. This is what it came out the kit. So I'm just going to share with you guys what all came in the kit. And this is a bleeding CPR kit. This is a bleeding CPR kit. These are the gloves. And what this is. First aid. Oh, this is something you put on your finger. I guess if your finger bleeding, it's something you put on your finger. So I'm gonna fold this back up. And this right here is sterling. These are sterling woven sponges. Sterling woven sponges. And this is a combined pad. So this came in here. And this is a cold compress. It's a cold compress. I believe this is an ice pad. Yeah, it's an ice pad. This is an ice pad. It's an ice pad. Ice pack. And these are some sterling bandage. Some sterling bandage. And some safety pins in here for you to pin up the sterling bandage. Okay. And the last thing, this is another little kit. And let me see, it's a lot of stuff in here. We have sterling, it's another sterling woven sponge. And I guess some Andrew. You want to cut something. Some scissors. Some band-aids, like different sizes. Easy Access band-aid. And a couple of these. And some small band-aids, more band-aids. It's good to have because, you know, if you got kids, they always getting cuts, getting hurt. So it's good to have like band-aids in the house. And too, like you can create your own first aid kit. Like you can go to the Dollar Tree or something, get your little container, and you can just buy little different items. Like cause my traveling first aid kit that I keep in my work bag. What I do is I go to the Dollar Tree and I just buy things and I just put it in there. So if you want to create your own first aid kit, that'd be a good idea too. Like you go to the Dollar Tree, buy you some band-aids and stuff, and you just put it in there. So that's good too. That's another way you can save money. And what's this? This is some first aid apprehensive band-aids. Yeah, these the mini band-aids. These are the band-aids that we used when I was at my externship in general surgery, when they had when they would remove the staples, and if they still had like a little scab, like a little, you know, where like it was a little tear at, we would use she would use, the RN nurse would use these band-aids and she would put it on their wound, so to make sure like it's hold together. So these are the ones that we use in general surgery. And this, now I want to say this right here, this cotton tip applicator is like the ones that they use for you do like the throat, and it looks like the ones that they use, like they pin in your nostril to take the COVID test. So this is, I want to say, this is what it looked like, something like this. So those of you want to know what it looked like, it's something like this, but it may be a little smaller, and they stick it in both of your nostrils, you know, to take the COVID test. Or if you throat, what they would do is they would, you know, they would reach from the back and get, you know, with the saliva to test you for the throat. And these are some more band-aids. These are the big band-aid, the real big ones. And this is another roller gauze band-aids. These are some more band-aids. And the tape. So if you wanna, you know, you wanna take the band-aid up. There's a tape. And this, they're like some mini tweezers. I guess like if you you give something out, you have some tweezers, blender or something, you stick it, you know, pull it out with that. And non-apprehensive pad. So it's 2 of these. And what is this? So that's all that's up in here. And like I said, all this, you know, when I got it, I was like, wow, all this was up in here, you know, because it said on the back of it, I'm going to show you guys on the back of it, you know, what it say that was included. So I didn't think that all that was up in there, you know, and it was still brand new. When I got it, he still had the tag on it. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, he was in the Marines. I was like, wow, you know, I'm glad that, you know, I caught the sale. Because, you know, you go some of these other stores, like I went to Walgreens, their first aid kit was like $15. It was like $15.99. So I'm glad. I like Macari. You know, I'll be getting a lot of stuff in there. So that's all that's up in here. So it was like three different packages, like with different stuff in here. And it came in handy. Like, it came at the right time, you know. And I was telling my sister, I said, we need a first aid kit. I was like, you know, we need a first aid kit. So I'm going to put this stuff back in here. And it was a blessing. You know, it really was. It was a blessing, you know, because I didn't have to go to the, you know, I didn't have to, you know, go to Walgreens and, you know, or something and pay $15, you know, for, you know, $10, you know, that was a good sale. And so this is the back. And on the back, it have all what's in the kit, like stop bleeding, shock is a easy care first aid card, CPR face shield. I didn't see the face shield. Trauma pads, sterling gauze, and gloves. Wound care, got everything in here from wound care, medication, and what is this? Easy care for fractures. We got everything is, you know, that was in here. So, and it was nice. So, like I said, you want to get you a first aid kit. Get you a first aid kit. So, I want to share with you guys some tips. I want to share some tips. Safety tips during COVID. So the first tip I want to share with you guys is just talk to you guys. Keep a first aid kit around the house in case of any injuries or illness. Store the kit. And I told you different stores that share it. Walgreens, CVS, Amazon. Those are different stores that share the first aid kit. Or if you want to save some money, you can go to the Dollar Tree, just find you like a little plastic container and just buy the items, different items, and you can put it in there. So that's another way that you can you can create your own first aid kit, you know, to save some money. And the second tip that I want to share with you guys is do a health check. Do a health check. Even if you don't have the symptoms, do a health check. What I will usually do, like in the morning, I get up, like if I'm feeling a little woozy or something, I will take my temperature right away. Do a health check, like check your temperature. I know everybody, if you might not have like a blood pressure kit, like, you know, I got mans with me. Oh yeah. So, like, they usually sell these, again, like I said, at Walgreens, CVS, like the blood pressure thing. They have, like, the mini one, the portable ones. You take your blood pressure. You know, get someone to take your blood pressure and make sure that, you know, your blood pressure is, make sure that your blood pressure, you know, is not too high. You know, it's kind of, it's low. You know, anything that is, like, above, like, 140 or something, you know, can consider it as 141 over 90 something, anything like past like 140 is considered a little high. So you want to try to keep your blood pressure down, and because that will help out a lot too. Like before you go to the hospital, you know, that'll keep it down too. So you want to try, you know, things that you can do. Me myself, I'm working on it. Try to stay away from a lot of salty food. Whenever I would eat a lot of salty food, I just can feel my pressure. I could just feel it. Like, I would just, like, feel, like, this tightness. I could feel something. I'm like, you know what? My blood pressure I can feel it's high. So, what I would do, like, and sometimes God would tell me, I would go take a spoon of vinegar. And I would take the vinegar too. It get your pressure down. So, I remember one time, I ate something. It was real salty. I know what it was I ate. And I had to go to the doctor that day. So when I got to the doctor, my blood pressure was sky high. It was sky high. And I'm sitting there, and she was like, your blood pressure is high, and, you know, we're going to take it again before you leave. And if it's, you know, don't get no better, we're going to have to put you on some blood pressure pills. So I'm like, oh my God. So then I thought about it. I said, oh, I know what it was that I ate before I came here. That's probably why it was high. And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to, you know, I'm just going to try not to eat a lot of that. So I had to come back. She was like, you're going to have to come back. And when you come back, we're going to take it again. And if it still stay the same, we're going to have to put you on blood pressure pills. So, like a lot of stuff that have a lot of sodium in, like they gave me a list, like I'm canned good stuff, like if it's chili, if it's tuna, a lot of those things have a lot of sodium in it. The oodles and noodles in the cup, oh my God. You guys, try to stay away from the oodles and noodles in the cup, because on the back read the back of the label, the sodium, I believe the cup is like 1,000 and something. And one time I was having a migraine and I didn't know what it was, and I was just crying. I was praying, and God, He had me. He said, Melissa, go look at the back of the cup, the sodium. And I looked at it. It said 1,000. The sodium was 1,000. I said, oh my God, Lord, this is why I got a migraine. So try to avoid those things, those canned goods like chili. If you eat it, try not to eat it all the time. And tuna. It's been a while since like I ate some tuna. Eat tuna because the sodium. I'm trying to see what else. They gave me like a whole list of stuff, but like a lot of stuff. If you eat peanuts, try to get the peanuts that's unsalted because it have a lot of sodium in it. So yeah, that's another thing. The food I want to tell you, try to stay away from. If you eat it, try not to eat it every day because those are triggers. Those are some trigger alerts that food alerts that you need to stay away from. It's going to make your pressure high, or if you're suffering with migraines like me, it's going to cause you to have migraines. So I want to share that with you guys. But yeah, if you can get like a mini, if a Walgreens, if you do have one, if you already have one in your house, you get somebody to take your blood pressure. So try to do like a health check. When you wake up in the morning, or even your kids, if they feeling a little woozy, do a health check. Examine their body. When I was working at the daycare center, when the kids would come in, that's what we did. We did even though their parent would do a health check, we would do one. We have to do one ourselves. So when they come in, if they had a scratch on them, we said, okay, they came in with the scratch. So it's important that you do a health check on yourself. And let me see. So you want to keep a blood, if you can, do like a blood pressure, and to make sure like your breathing, everything is like it's normal. Like you don't have no problem you don't have no problem breathing. Now, if you have some problem with breathing, then right away you need to seek emergency help right away if you have a problem like breathing. Temperature. Like I told you, if your temperature is anything above, if it's like 100.4, okay, right away you need to seek medical attention, emergency attention right away. If your temperature is 100.4, if it's like less than that, 98.6, 94, then okay, you're in a good zone. But anything above that, you might need to see medical help right away. Number 4, as soon as you start to develop these symptoms, right away you need to pay close attention to. Like me, I kept like a little journal, I would write things down, like, okay, how many days was I feeling this way? Or right away, when you feel the way, you need to call your doctor right away. Like, hey, I have a sore throat. Hey, I lost my taste, I lost my smell, right away. And most likely, they're probably going to tell you, go take a test. So right away, as soon as you feel these symptoms, right away, or you feel like, hey, I can doctor on myself, go ahead. You can doctor on yourself. If it don't get no better, I say maybe like after a couple of days or a week, then I would say then maybe you probably need to go, call your doctor. 5, wash your hands. Keep your hands washed. Keep your hand washed all the time. Like, that's another thing, like, I didn't understand. Like, I was like, Lord, I'm like, I keep my PP on. I'm like, I keep my PP on. I keep my personal protective equipment on. I keep my hand washed all the time. I was like, what happened? But still, like, you can have all those things on and still, like, you don't know where you carrying the bacteria, where you getting the germs from. You don't know, it could be something that you touch or anything. Even though you got the mask on, you don't know, you can touch something. Like, I always, like on my phone, I used to keep like, I have to give me some more of them sanitizer wipe. I wipe off my phone. You don't know. It could be anything you touch. Like, even when you go in the grocery store and they have, like, you have those gloves, After you use those gloves, take those gloves off and put on some new ones. If you're touching something else, if you leave the store or you change gloves, do not keep those same gloves on. So try to keep you some extra gloves if you're going into the grocery store. Keep you some extra gloves. Yeah, so wash your hands. Keep your hand washed. It's good to have sanitizer, you know, in case you're not close by a sink, but keep your hand washed. You know, you tell even your kids, you know, practice one time. If you got to put a sand up, I know most of you probably do. If you got to put a sand up in the bathroom and say, come on, you wash your hands, but keep your hand washed. You touch something, keep your hand washed. I'm not trying to say like you go wash your hand crazy, but keep your hand washed. Your germ, because it's germs, it travels. It be, you know, they show us this video when I was in school, and they show us this video how like germs live on surface, like you can't see it. Like they showed you, they turned the light off and it showed like the germs, how it was on the doorknob, how it was on the floor, like because you can't see it. So you want to keep your hands washed. At least wash your hands like for 30 seconds. You know, the kids, they tell the kids to sing the ABC song. With me, when I'm washing my hands, I try to sing little spiritual songs, you know. And by the time I get them, like, okay, that's it. You know? So you got to create your own song. Another thing I learned, my instructor was teaching us. I learned keep your hand at your face. Keep your hand at your face, like, and I have a habit of doing. And I noticed when I was doing it, my face was just breaking out. But try to keep your hands, you know, at your face, touching your face. I know some of us, we have a habit of touching our face. But try to keep your hands at your face, because that too, you can get like germs and bacteria that way too. So I notice is when I'm not playing on my face or touching my face or anything, you know, I don't get as much breakouts. And another thing I learned, like the mask, you want the mask, like try to keep your mask, change your mask too, because I noticed like when I put my mask on, like I don't know if you guys can see it, but I developed this bump. I have like a little bump right here. And I said, it gotta come from the mask. So right away, when you feel the mask, if you feel like it's getting sweaty or moist or wet, take it off. You need to take it off and you need to get another mask. Do not keep that mask on for long periods of time. It's time to change your mask. Let me see. You guys, you probably already know if if family members or anyone that do have the symptoms or do have COVID, you already know to avoid contact with that person, not to be around them, go over their house or anything, or, if it's somebody in your house, you already know to still practice social distance. They're just like me, even though I had symptoms and I didn't have it, I still practice social distance, my family members, I kept my mask on, when someone will come over or I'll go in the room, you want to protect the other person. Number 7, now I know a lot of us, even I use them. A lot of us, we use, like, if we don't use, like, these, let me show you guys. A lot of you, if we don't use like the sterling mask, if we don't use the sterling mask, a lot of us, if we don't use the sterling mask, we have like the cloth mask. When you're using the cloth mask, you want to keep it washed. You have to keep that mask, you have to keep it washed, you don't just wear it and then you take it off, put it back on. Keep it washed. Like after I wear a mask, I try to wash it, as best as I can to my knowledge, and wash it real good before, I let it hang dry before I put it back on my face. But if you can, try to use the sterling mask. If not, hey, just make sure you keep that mask, keep it washed. And then you're not supposed to, if you have any kids, your children, if they are under 2, you're not supposed to put mask on them. If they're under 2, you are not supposed to put mask on any children that's under 2. You got a baby, 5 months, 6 months, you're not supposed to put a mask on them. They don't supposed to wear masks because they will have trouble. They will have trouble breathing. So they not supposed to wear masks under 2. Number 8, cover your nose. I think everybody, you probably already know that, but again, cover your nose. If you got to sneeze, you're supposed to always do this if you got to sneeze. So cover your nose. If you got to sneeze or if you got to cough, cover your mouth. Um, Make sure any used tissue that you use, make sure you throw it away right away, and make sure that you wash your hand, you sterilize your hand. Any tissue you just use, just blew your nose, just throw it away right away, because you don't want no germs. It just spread. And number 9, clean and disinfect. This is important. Clean and disinfect. Remember when I was working at the daycare center, like, I know my supervisor, they probably said, oh, she's one of those person that she just, she, everything, it just had to be disinfected, had to be clean. Like, I'm telling you, we would have like a day, we would have to clean our kids' toys. I would clean my kids' toys, my students' toys every day. Like every day before I leave, I would just sterilize their toys every day. I wouldn't just wait till like Thursday to clean them every day. So I would say, like, make sure you clean around your house. Just keep Lysol in your house, disinfect spray, just wipe stuff down, clean around your house, because bacteria and stuff, it live on surfaces. So make sure you want to keep, sterile, clean around your house. And the last one. Oh, so the last one I want to share with you guys, things that, where I want to share with you what you can eat, if you're sick, you feel ill, if you do have the symptoms, things that you can eat. And vegetables. Plenty of vegetables. You want to eat plenty of vegetables and plenty of fluids. Plenty of fluids, like keep water. Water, and another thing I was told was Gatorade. I did give me some Gatorade to keep you from being dehydrated. So vegetables, plenty of water, Gatorade. And another thing, like I wasn't able to, because it's zinc. They say zinc is good too for, like, if you have like the COVID symptoms. I wasn't able, to get the I wasn't able to get the zinc vitamin. So what I did, it was this it's like a vitamin. It's like a vitamin mixed drink, and it has zinc in it. So what I did, I just put that in my water and I mixed it up and I drank that, and that did help out too. So zinc is good. It's ZINC. Zinc is good, and vitamin C. Make sure you keep vitamin C around the house. Make sure you have your vitamins. I will take my vitamins every day. And another thing, lemon water. Put some lemon in your water, or you can boil your water, put your lemon in it, and you can drink that. So, I'm trying to see if there's anything else. And the last thing I want to share with you guys, if you are sick, or you do get sick, you have the symptoms, or you do have COVID, I would say ask a family member. Like, ask a family member, or even if you're not sick, you can just, just have it like, you can just have it so, like, in case for emergency, how you have like just a standby. Have like a standby person for like emergency. Ask a family member or a friend. Say, hey, I just want to know, like, if something were to happen, like if I were to get sick or anything, I have to go to the hospital or anything. I just want to know, would you be able to, like, watch the kids, for a little while, or would you be able to like pick me up some items from the store, It's always good to like you have like just somebody on the standby. Somebody on the standby for emergency. You can ask them, like to bring food. Like, if they probably don't want to come all the way in the house. You can just tell them to just bring the food, bring it to the door, and then someone can go to the door to go get it. And to keep you from going outside, because if you do have the symptoms or if you do have COVID, you have to isolate yourself. You're not supposed to go outside. Isolate yourself. When I was doing my externship, and we had people, they had to get surgery done, but they had to take the COVID test first. And we had people, they would go and take their COVID test, and they would go out, go shop, and do whatever. And they would call them up, and they would tell them, they said, let them know you got to take your surgery. And they would say, I went outside, how did it look? You're not supposed to do that. So now what you have to do is you're gonna have to go back in the house. You're gonna have to quarantine yourself for some more days, So if you have the symptoms or if you got tested for COVID, stay in the house. Isolate yourself. Isolate yourself until your 3 day till you get your test results back. Because if you do, you get tested and you go outside and someone else they sick or something. Let's say if you don't have it, they sick or something. Hey, they just expose you to it. Or if you do have it and you see what I'm saying. So try to stay in the house and try to get you someone, a family member or a friend, to be a standby, to bring you grocery or to watch the kids or some, to watch the kids if you got to go to the hospital or something. So that's something that you want to keep in mind, if you get sick or something. Um, and I want to say the last and final thing before I close this video. While you're recuperating from, like, if you have COVID or if you have the flu or whatever it is, while you're recuperating, you want to keep your spirit lifted up. Keep your spirit lifted up. Stay positive. Some of the things I did, to keep you from going like into the depression stage. Some of the things like I did, like I always watch like my favorite videos, a YouTube video, watch some on TV, listen to some music, something positive to keep your spirit lifted up. So it'll speed up your recovery because you're feeding your spirit like a positive things, keeping it lifted up. Don't go in like in a depression. Don't turn your TV off, turn your radio off, say, oh well, this is the end. No. Like when I had the symptoms, I'm like, okay, pull yourself together. Snap out of it, pull yourself together. So that's another thing. I say, like, watch TV, listen to music, do crossword puzzles, whatever makes you happy. You can call someone, talk to them on the phone. I just say whatever makes you happy to keep your spirit lifted up. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I didn't mean to make it so long, but I hope you guys enjoy this video. I just want to share some helpful tips with you guys, so if you do develop the COVID symptoms or flu symptoms or you do get sick, something, I just want to share something beneficial with you guys. So I pray and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Until next time, it's your girl Melissa. Be blessed in Jesus' name.